Have you ever wondered what it's like to buy and sell PCs for profit? You know, flipping PCs? Well, not like that. Well, I just finished 1 year of PC flipping and I learned a thing or two. So we're gonna talk about if it's really worth it, some tips to make sure you sell your PCs much faster. I learned this the hard way. And some things to absolutely avoid if you want to make some money.
The things we're going to talk about in this video have helped me sell over 25 gaming PCs last year alone, and this was my first year flipping gaming PCs. I think that's pretty awesome. I sold PCs for as cheap as like $200 and something all the way up to $1,000. But we have to decide, was it really worth it in the long run?
Now, when I first started this journey of flipping PCs, I would have PCs sit at my house for weeks or months at a time. The wife was not happy. It wasn't until I started implementing these tips and tricks that we're about to show you that I really started to see the PC sell much faster. Particularly one tip that you probably wouldn't think of in PC flipping that helped me sell more PCs than anything else. Now, I sell all of my PCs on Facebook Marketplace because shipping really eats into your profits. So if you want to make money, I would advise not shipping them and selling them on your local market.
Now, I was sitting here editing this video, and some of you might actually want to sell online and not just locally, depending on how your market is. So the best place, in my opinion, to do that is Jawa.gg. I've sold one PC there because it was too expensive to sell in the local market. Nobody really wanted to spend that much money. So I went to Jawa.gg and I was able to sell it pretty quick there. Although the tips in this video are also going to transfer very well to Jawa, you also have to take into account shipping it, packaging it. That adds to the cost and cuts into your profit. That's why I don't do it very often, and I always use Facebook.
Facebook Marketplace seems to work really well where I'm located here in the US. Every listing that you see for Facebook starts with the picture and the title. And that is where you're really going to get the first impression for anyone looking to buy a gaming PC. So you have to nail this more than anything else. Now, I'm not saying you gotta go out and buy a $3,000 camera. Your iPhone or Samsung, if you use one of those phones, is going to be good enough for you to take pictures of. Just find a clutter-free area in your house where the background doesn't have anything going on with a lot of light and take a good picture of your gaming PC. Now, when taking these pictures, you want to make sure that you get all the beautiful angles of your gaming PC. The buyer wants to see everything that's in it and how nice it looks. Another picture that I always include is the back, just so that you can see the I/O shield, how many USB ports it has, and how many display ports or HDMI, things like that. The title is the next most important part of your listing. Make sure you nail the title. Using words like great 1080p gaming PC. If it's a white PC, those sell fast, so make sure you include that. All white gaming PC. Or if it's great for beginners or starters is also another title that really helps sell the PC. After you've got a good picture and you've got a good title, you have to nail the description. You get them to click on it and you have a description like, I think it works, or cool gaming PC, they're probably not gonna read any farther. So I split this up into 4 parts. Part number 1 is a brief explanation of the same thing the title already told them. It's a great gaming PC, it's gonna play games really solidly, smoothly, something really brief, no more than 2 sentences about the PC. Part number 2 is the specs. List out all the specs in a lot of detail. CPU, CPU cooler, motherboard, case, graphics card. List it all out with the brand names, make it look like you know what you're talking about. This will make the buyers feel much more safe about purchasing a PC from you. Number 3, probably the second most important part, is the benchmarks. You gotta get over to the gaming PC somewhere and play some games on it. They wanna see the benchmarks of how the games run, how they perform. Apex, Call of Duty, Fortnite. Those are the top 3 that I see more than anything else. I normally throw a couple more in there like Cyberpunk or Starfield, just so they can see a little bit more demanding game if they're a PC enthusiast. But if they are, they're probably gonna build their own PC. But either way, I still like to throw a couple more in there so it looks like I took the time and I cared. And the part that's helped me sell more PCs than anything else is the disclaimer at the very bottom that if they don't like this PC, I can build them one specifically for them using whatever parts they want or help them come up with a build that they like the look of. All they gotta do is send me a message. And I've had such a response from this. In fact, during Christmas time, I actually sold 4 brand new PCs, mostly new, to people for Christmas, for their kids. Well, one was an adult, but still, I had 4 new clients just in December because I put this disclaimer at the bottom of my Facebook posts. Really awesome. If this was too much to remember, there is a link to a Google Doc down below. I have my description typed out in a template. You're welcome to it. All you gotta do is make a copy and it'll be there for yourself. Now, it's not always been rainbows and sunshine on my PC flipping journey. I've made a lot of mistakes. But these 2 mistakes in particular are the ones that cost me the most money over this last year. The price of PC parts fluctuate constantly all the time. Every few months, there's subtle changes that can really affect how much you should charge for your PCs and how much money you can possibly make. For instance, SSD prices have really went up over the last 2 months. In fact, the first 5 PCs that I ever sold on Facebook Marketplace, I made almost no money at all because I didn't take into consideration what the current price market was for each individual part. The best way to do this is to go to eBay, search the part that you're buying or wanting to buy or using for your PC, and filter it on the bottom left by sold items. This will let you see all the items that have recently sold in this category. Then you can kind of get an average of the prices to see exactly how much you should charge for this PC part and what is the higher end and the lower end, and just go somewhere in the middle. This will help you come up with a part to price your PC for and make sure that you're actually going to make some money. I don't pay for anything on the used market that's higher than that average eBay price I found. It doesn't matter where I get it from, whether it's Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Jawa.gg, or Mercari. I'm not paying more than that. Now, one thing I have started doing is making a list on a Google Sheet. I keep up with the prices and how much I paid and the last time I checked the price on eBay. This helps me stay a lot more organized and make sure that I'm maximizing my profit as much as possible. Now, the second part that really cost me the most money is probably counterintuitive because you actually have to spend a little bit more money to do what I'm about to say, but it helped me a lot once I figured this out. People on the internet, for whatever reason, when you're selling PCs on Facebook Marketplace, they don't care how good the PC is. In fact, they know very little about PC parts in general. So even though you might have the best specs in the world, if the PC looks like crap, they're not going to buy it. So spend a few extra dollars on something like cable extensions, like we have here in this PC, and you'll be much more likely to sell your gaming PC, even if the S numbers are not quite as high as something with better parts. Trust me, it works. Now, before we talk about if it's actually worth it to flip gaming PCs for money or sell PCs for profit, let me know if you have any other questions about the process. I would love to document the journey and help you guys out.
Now, before we talk about if it's actually worth it to flip PCs and sell them for profit, I want to let you know about a series that we have that we're going to start this year in 2024 and go as long as it takes us. My beautiful wife wants a brand new pool, and we just had our first child, so getting that pool with our normal day-to-day jobs is going to be pretty difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip PCs until I can buy my wife a pool. If you think this series would be pretty awesome, then go ahead and press that subscribe button so you don't miss out. We're going to go through the journey of how we pick out our parts, how we find the best deals, when we go to meet people on Facebook Marketplace. We're going to document the whole journey, so make sure you're here for the ride. Now let's see if it's actually worth it.
But like I said previously, I've been doing this for 1 full year now, and I've had some success and I've made a little bit of extra money. Now, I'm not by any means making enough money to quit my day job, but I do have a little bit of extra cash in my pocket. So if you're doing this with the intention of thinking that you're going to get rich and it's going to be something you can do for the rest of your life, it's probably not going to be the case. However, is it worth it? Would I do it again? Absolutely, because it allows me to do crazy stuff like this right here.